Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're gonna go ahead and do a what you need to know reading. I'm gonna try to make this fast, but there are no promises, okay? So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanna just see what you need to know, okay? So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look in my description box. That will have any information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So we have the multicolor fingerprints that came out for the intuitive message. This can be multicultural. This could be being in the energy of new people, meeting people that are different than you, exploring different cultures, you know, different religions, different beliefs, different foods, different smells. You could be traveling here with this energy. This could also talk about dating or, you know, just people being interested in you. I also get like disco lights sometimes with this, so this can be like going out, partying a little bit, maybe being invited out to a party or something like that. For those of you that do go to the club, okay, this could be something like that. Something where there's like strobe lights and music and a fog machine. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but I am for somebody, okay? Or maybe you're gonna throw yourself a birthday party and that's what you're gonna have, a strobe light and a fog machine and music going, okay? Yeah. I also am getting the energy, though, that there could be some things from past lives that are carrying over here, Spirit, or what Spirit is saying, and you could need to kind of cleanse your energy. I felt very drawn to burning some copal in this reading today, which talks about banishing and protecting. And so I feel like there could be some people who are really graspy at your energy right now. And it's like, I need to kind of detach, or I need to cleanse my energy. Okay. You know, even if you're really like isolated and you're not really talking to anybody, you're alone. It's like people are heavily thinking about you, or people are kind of, you know, spiritually trespassing is what I'm getting. And this could be more than one person. This could be quite a few people. Gemini, maybe you've went MIA recently. Maybe you've made some kind of big change in your life. Maybe, you know, I don't know, you did something that shocked people around you or something like that. You know, it's kind of like if you have like an outburst at work or in a group, and then everybody's thinking about you, talking about you, and even though you're not there, you can kind of feel it. And it's just like, okay, I need to, you know, decompress. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here for some of you. So it's really important to keep your vibe high, especially for those who do like work like I do, like spiritual work, whether it's tarot, Reiki, blessings, mediumship, reading energies, chakra alignments, whatever you do, cutting cords, whatever you guys do spiritually. If you do any kind of spiritual work, it's very important that you keep your energetic reservoir tapped off, right? It's like, we need to not, you know, do this work on empty, because we are going to drain ourselves so fast. Those of you that know, you know. There are times where you tap into people's energy, or you do a reading and you are like literally like power down. You're like instantly drained. You could go take a nap, you could go to sleep, and that's because you were already drained, babe. You were already drained, okay? So this just pulled on your energy even more, because doing psychic work or spiritual work or whatever, it's like it takes so much energy out of you. So you have to be kind of overflowing in your cup, and that could be something that maybe there's a need to do. You have a lot of people pulling on your energy right now or attached to you. There's a need to cut cords, okay? Cut cords. For if you have somebody specifically in your mind, go for it, right? But if it's just like whatever energy is pulling on me in a negative way, you know, or whatever, I release that cord, okay? I don't want to pick up anybody's emotions but myself. Some of you guys who are empathic, you need to put up your shields before you're going into work, or before you're going out, you know, into groups or family events or wherever, maybe even the freaking grocery store, going to the bank. I don't care where you're going. You need to put up energetic shields. You need to, it can, you know, there's lots of ways you can put up energetic shields. You can do visualizations and put yourself in a bubble of light. You know, you can burn some energy or some sage or something around you and ask that it protects you. You can call in Archangel Michael. You can carry a protective crystal or amulet in your pocket, right? My favorite I just ask Spirit. Like, you can pray, you know, just ask Spirit to please protect me, please shield me, please cloak my energy. You know, I don't want to pick up anybody's emotions but my own. I don't want to feel anything but my own feelings. And that doesn't mean everything's going to suddenly be bright and sunny, because maybe there's some real crap that you need to deal with here, but at least it's not amplified and magnified by everybody else's crap too, okay? So I'm getting that very strongly, guys. What do we have here for Gemini? What does Gemini gang need to know, Spirit? What does Gemini gang need to know? What do they need to know? What does Gemini gang need to know, please? We have round and round, card number 25. What is that saying? Round and round we go, where we stop nobody knows. Okay, but this is card number 7. Well, it's 25, but it reduces to 7, which some of you guys could be a life path 7. What's up, gang? Okay, that is a path of somebody who is extremely spiritual. Life path 7 is somebody who will go through a lot of spiritual lessons as well. You will work through a lot of karma, so you might find that your journey is a little bit rockier than the average bear, and you are forced to kind of learn the lessons, see the lessons, grow, okay? So yes, for my life path 7s, maybe you're feeling like, why do I keep learning this same lesson over and over again? There's something here that you haven't picked up. There's something you haven't accepted. There's something that you still need to learn here if you find yourself stuck in the loop, okay? But sometimes it can just be the acknowledgement of that too, that I am stuck in the loop, you know? Like you're on one of those little roundabouts, and you just keep going round and round and round because you don't know where you really want to get off. It's like there's a point here where we have to acknowledge to ourselves, okay, I'm wasting time, I'm wasting energy, I'm wasting my life in this roundabout. I just need to get off of it. I just need to choose a road. And we can always kind of get on a different path, go to a different road, turn around, whatever we need to, but just going round and round and round is not getting us anywhere at all, okay? So there's something here that you could be going round and round and round about in your mind, in your energy. There's something that you keep ruminating on or thinking about. And I don't know if this is necessarily, it becomes destructive and toxic when it does, right? And toxic and destructive can be something it's corroding, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting. For some of you guys, it's good to think about things. It's good to reflect. It's good to be in your mind and, you know, really gain a deeper perspective on things. But when it comes to the point of where now we're just stuck in our mind, we're in analysis paralysis, or we're in this energy of using it as like a self-sabotaging or a deflection type of energy of where, okay, well, if I'm going to continue to think about this so much that I don't actually have to do anything about it, I'm going to stay frozen in the thinking energy. Spirit is saying that there could be something here that you're going over and over and over again in your mind, and there's just a need to let it go. Now, somebody asked me in my comments the other day, how do you let go? Acceptance is a big step, because I found with myself personally, when I keep hanging on to something mentally and emotionally, it's because I haven't accepted the truth for what it is. I'm not accepting what's actually happening because it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, or I don't agree with the results. I don't agree with the finding of this. But actually, there needs to be an acceptance. There also needs to be an acceptance of what has been done to you. If some of you guys feel like you were done wrong or you were hurt, there's a need to accept that. Accept that, yes, you were hurt. That doesn't mean that this person bested you, they're better than you, they're more powerful than you in some kind of way, or that you're pathetic. We need to take the toxic shame out of when people hurt us. It's not our fault that people hurt us, okay? Some of you guys could have grown up in households where everything that you did, even if it was just expressing an emotion, it's like you were punished for it. It's not your fault that you have emotions. It's not your fault that you have needs. It's not your fault that somebody has hurt you, okay? So there's a need to kind of take that toxic shame out of the situation here, or stop ruminating, however that resonates for you, okay? We have No Place Like Home on the bottom of the deck, card number 5. Well, it's 50, but 5, okay? Some of y'all could be turning 50 this year. It's giving the energy here of, I'm getting like a soul pull for some of you guys, whether this is a place, a destination, a person, a purpose, a thought. It's like there's a soul pull towards something here. Like I feel very compelled. I feel very drawn in, but I'm also going round and round with myself because I'm not sure if that's actually the truth. I don't want to be deceived, but there is an energy here of there's no place like home, and home is where the heart is, right? So I feel like some of you guys do feel like you, there's a recognition of something that it's in your heart, or there's a place in its soul for you, but you're going round and round about this for whatever reason. Let's move on. What else do we have here for Gemini gang, for what they need to know? This is why I say I want to do short readings, but we have one card out and we're already 10 minutes in. Like, you know? So I talk a lot, I channel a lot, I get a lot of messages from just one card. So it's hard to kind of reel myself in sometimes. I feel like people who know me personally would agree with that assessment. It is hard for me to reel myself in sometimes. We have Serendipity, card number 18. Okay, some of you guys could be born on the 18th. I'm also getting the energy here with 18 reducing to 9 in numerology, talking about being at the end of a cycle before we go to 10, which is 1, which is the new beginning. It's like some of you guys are very close to discovering what the signs are trying to tell you. And that could be something that you're going round and round in your head about. Like, what are you trying to tell me, Spirit? What are the signs? What does this mean? What do I do? What do I do? I'm getting that kind of energy from somebody, like just not knowing what to do, or what the signs are really telling them, or does this really mean something? I'm getting the unicorn card from the animal spirit deck we use, where it's like you're kind of questioning this whole divinity thing. You're questioning what the signs mean. You're questioning if this is even real. Do unicorns really exist? Do these signs really exist? Do they really mean something? Or is this just some kind of weird chemical component in my brain that's making this happen? You know? Like, am I just seeing this number over and over again because now my brain is programmed to see that number? You know? They're giving me the movie 23 from Jim Carrey. Some of y'all might be into that. That movie freaked me out, bro. I was born on the 23rd, right? But 23 seems to be my number too. Like, it does follow me around. And it was funny because I was watching the movie with my ex at the time, and we paused the movie, and when he went and counted the shoes, the pair of shoes in the closet, and it was 23 pairs, and I was like, and just for science, right? So I paused the movie, and I went and counted my shoes, and there were 23 fucking pairs, and I was like, oh shit, like there's something like this going on, guys, for some of you guys. Like, things are, you know, they're giving me the X-Files theme song. Okay, that's what I'm getting, guys. Okay, there's something here where it's like, what does all of this mean though? You know, like, what does it mean? And maybe that's the problem here. Maybe that's the problem, is that we're trying to find the clarity in the space where we need to have faith and we need to have trust, or we need to surrender and go along with it, or go for it, or let it take us, or whatever, instead of trying to figure out what it means. You know, because you can get really caught up on trying to find all of the clarity, and because you're trying to find the clarity, it's showing that you're fearing something. You have a lack of faith, you have a lack of trust. If you need to know all the answers right now, that means that you're not really having faith that things are working for you and not to you, and that this situation is important regardless of whether I understand why. It's still important to me. It's still significant. Needing to know all the answers shows there's a lack of trust, there's a lack of faith here. Okay? But I do feel like you're coming to the end of this cycle, though. I feel like you will be finding out really soon, or Spirit's working on kind of bringing serendipitous energy into your life, or some kind of synchronicity or something, things that you can't deny. Like, I feel like Spirit has tried to speak to you about something. Maybe you and Spirit have been going round and round here, but I feel like there's this energy of Spirit trying to speak to you about something, and you kind of being like, okay, well, writing it off as a coincidence, or I don't know, or that doesn't really mean that means anything, right? So the signs are getting more specific. They're getting more peculiar and particular. It's like the signs are like being like so signy that it's like I can't really, you know, dispute this anymore. It's like evidence or something, you know, like, I don't know, you know, like, it's like getting signs that it's like, okay, I can't really dispute that sign. If I wanted to, it'd be willful ignorance, and I don't feel like this round and round energy of possibly being willfully ignorant is helping you anymore. So there's a need to really pay attention to these signs. Some of you guys might be going round and round about a decision, and it's like, this feels very serendipitous, like where I'm meant to go, where I'm meant to be, what I'm being pulled towards, what my truth is. It feels like this is a moment of destiny, right? Like it feels like, okay, this is happening because it's supposed to, it's meant to. This is not something where, you know, this is just simply a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences, and I feel like people who try to write everything off as a coincidence, it's because they're afraid. They're afraid that something might mean more than what they're ready for or what they understand. The Spirit's asking you to lean into the rabbit hole, right? Lean into it. Rabbits could be significant. Year of the rabbit could be significant. What else do we have? Irish energy could be significant with this 4-leaf clover that's on here. What else do we have here? We have card number 26, happy, happy. Okay, with blessed on the bottom of the deck. But it was in reverse, card number 22, okay? It's interesting because we have 25, 7, 26, that's 8, yes, and then 9 with 18. So 7, 8, 9. But it's not in order. So there's something here that's discombobulated, or there's something that's out of order here. That's for somebody, okay? But with blessed being in reverse, card number 22, it's a master number, so we don't really reduce it. But if we wanted to, 4, that would be our foundations. That would be what makes us feel stable. It's like you are actually more blessed than you feel like you are at this point in time. There might need to be an attitude of gratitude here for the simple things, right? But for some of you guys, it's like feeling like wondering what makes you happy, right? Like what would make you happy? And then maybe feeling like you want to go towards that, or you want to invest in that. But there is an overall energy here. What you need to know is that you will be very happy soon, I feel like, okay? It's interesting too because she's on this egg energy. Easter could be significant. The resurrection story could be significant here. For some of you guys, maybe that's what's happening. You're going through resurrection. You're going through a rebirth right now, okay? But the egg, it's just giving Easter egg vibes for me. But the egg, you know, we're hatching into some kind of full potential here very soon. Okay, maybe we've been nurturing ourselves. We've been trying to kind of dig deeper and do the inner work and expect the best and be positive. And we are going to have really good results soon because of that. I'm feeling that very strongly. We have observer here. I also feel like you're observing situations. You're trying to come from a detached level when you're in your observations. Like, I'm not wanting to be emotionally charged when I look at this. I want to look at this in a very fair and just way. Because maybe when we're attached emotionally, it can cause us to not see things clearly. I also feel like this could be somebody who's doing this to you, Gemini. Somebody could be observing you and trying to see you in a detached way. Because they have a lot of emotion for you, and it feels like whatever this emotion is that they have for you, it clouds their judgment of the situation or of you, and they have recognized that. Somebody could be observing you, seeing you being very happy. Somebody could feel like you don't have a certain direction that you're going in your life, but this is actually working out for you. For them, I feel like they need to be very structured. They need to have a very set routine. They need to have like, this is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm doing tomorrow. This is how this is going. But for you, it's like, I'm going where the wind blows me. I'm going with the flow. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I don't know what anything is going to look like in 5 years. But for you, you have a 5, 10, 20-year plan. Somebody feels that way, or vice versa, okay? And they're seeing how this is actually working out for you. Like, you're happy as hell to be on the roundabout just doing donuts, you know? And it's interesting because I was thinking this the other day while I was tending to the garden. I was having this is so freaking crazy because I was having this exact thought. Anytime that I have tried to actively plan things out in my life, I've tried to take control of the situations and take charge and be in that masculine energy and make things happen for me, it's never gone the way that I want it to go. It's only the times that I've surrendered and said, you know what, Spirit, do with me as you will. And not had a plan, just went day by day, going with the flow, that things actually work out for me. And I'm not saying that's how it is for everybody, but for me in particular, I feel like that might be something here. But since I'm getting that energy, it might be this is very similar for you. Like, there's a need to kind of release the reins a little bit. and kind of let life happen, you know? Because when we try to over control, that's a trauma response. Okay? It's because we didn't have control in a lot of aspects of our life, and so we feel like we need to keep control, because if we don't, chaos is going to descend, right? We have a new life coming out. Card number 39. Okay? So you could be, and it's interesting because I was just mentioning that, and she's hatching out of a shell, right? I feel like this new life is heavily connected to this happy energy with that shell energy. It's like there's a brand new you. And I feel like you're finally, because you're finally going from one stage to the next here. We've spent a lot of time with that in between. This is card number 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 reducing to 3. 39, excuse me, so 9, 10, 11, 12, reducing to 3. I'm sorry if I'm getting too numbery in this reading, but it just feels necessary. But this is, again, something that you've manifested or something that you're bringing in. There's a lot of growth or creation here with 3. But I do feel like you have been in this world of being maybe dissatisfied, apathetic, not knowing, going round and round, maybe ignoring the signs a little bit, but then getting kind of bitch slapped with them and not being able to ignore them. And so it's like when we can kind of traverse over, you know, it's like that's when we're going to finally see the light here. We're going to finally have some color in our life. We're going to finally awaken to this potential that's always been within us, or always been within a situation here. Because I feel like there's something that does make you happy, or you feel like would bring you happiness, but is it ever going to be realized? You know? Some of you guys, this could quite literally be travel. Maybe some of you guys are like, you know, you want to travel, but you've been holding it off, or you've been kind of like, you know, tiptoeing around it, not really sure if that's what you need to do. I feel like Spirit's saying that, yeah, you know, once you decide, it's like you could open yourself up to a brand new world, a brand new life. And I just want to clarify too that there's nothing wrong with your old life, but maybe it's not in alignment for who you are. Maybe you're meant to be on a different journey, or maybe you are meant to be planted somewhere else, or maybe there's work that, you know, spiritual work, soul work that needs to be done. And it's like, maybe your soul tribe is calling to you, or maybe your destiny is calling to you, like your soul path is calling to you. And it's like, the more you try to cling on to something because of nostalgia, or because, yeah, I'm getting burpy, right? That's purging energy. The more you try to cling on to something out of nostalgia or comfortability, or like, well, I should be grateful for what I have. I should be grateful for this. It's like, there, you know, this and that can be true. It doesn't have to be so black and white. Okay? It's like, we can be grateful for what we have in our life, but still want more for ourselves. You know, we can acknowledge that we've been given a lot, or that we have a lot in our life, but still want more. So, you know, there could be something here like that, where it's like somebody's soul path or soul destiny or something like that is calling to them. It's pulling them. Like, you're supposed to be over here. You're supposed to be over here. You're not supposed to be there. Come home. Come here. You know? And this person's like, but I should be grateful for what I have. You should be. And I feel like you are. Shit. Nobody's arguing with you about that. You know? But it doesn't mean that you can't want more. So, I don't know. It's like maybe somebody has been like a little bit of a drifter, or they haven't really felt like they've had a place that has accepted them, and now that they do, it's like, I should be happy here. I should want to stay here forever. I shouldn't be wanting for anything or yearning for anything else. These people have accepted me. These people find me special. These people, you know what I mean? And it's like, but there is something else that's calling to you out there, okay? I don't know. Yeah, there's a truth here. Okay? There's a truth here with this round and round. Like, and I feel like there's an acknowledgement of this too. Like, again, that's what we need. I told you, sometimes it's just the acknowledgement of, okay, I'm self-sabotaging, or okay, I'm ruminating, or okay, I'm stuck on the roundabout here and I need to get off. You know, it doesn't really, at this point, you know, make sense for me to keep going round and round and round. I need to get off. The Ace of Swords, that's that acknowledgement, and possibly even the acceptance. For some of you guys, if you've been going round and round about something that hurts you, upsets you, there's an acceptance that needs to happen here. This hurt you, or this didn't go the way that you want it to. Like I said, the times I find myself on the roundabout in life and ruminating is when something has not played out in a way that I feel is just or fair, or I really have a lot of regrets, or I wanted things to go differently. That's when I can really get stuck in that energy. But I've learned that that does not help me. It does not serve me to sit here and stay stuck. And sometimes it can be like a punishing energy too. Like, well, like, no, you know, I need to stay stuck and I need to keep punishing myself because I fucked this up or I did this. Like, Gemini, come on now, you know? So that's kind of what I'm getting. There's a need to be an acknowledgement here that we're kind of letting ourselves sit in this round and round energy. We're letting ourselves get into this analysis paralysis. And this is, in a sense, it's self-sabotage, or it's self-punishment, or it's willful ignorance. It's something like that, guys. Make it fit, okay? Eight of Wands, I feel like in your soul and your intuition, it's desperately telling you it's time to move forward. It's time to take action. It's time to, you know, maybe communicate to yourself, others, the universe, whatever, what your intentions are. We talked about that in the new moon reading. This is a very powerful time for intentions, setting your intentions here, you know? But there's a need, there's a desire deep within to get off of the roundabout, to go down a path here, you know, for sure. And this is something you're feeling very energetically with the moon. It's like in your psyche, it's in your subconscious. You're feeling pulled to move forward, pulled to travel, pulled to, you know, maybe communicate for some of you guys, because the Eight of Wands can be communication flying in, okay? But with this Eight of Wands in particular, how the illustration looks, because y'all know I'm an intuitive reader, it's like trying to keep something in control that we can't anymore. And I feel like it has something to do with your truth, your mind, your emotions here, okay? And you're not meant to control this. You're meant to kind of surrender to it. That's for somebody here, okay? Yeah, Page of Cups. Some of you, there could be going around and around in your head about wanting to communicate with somebody, wanting to say something to somebody, and for whatever reason you're not letting yourself. Maybe because you don't know what to say. Fair enough, right? Maybe there's an energy of like, I don't know what to say, or, you know. Yeah, I don't want to look wrong, bad, or I don't want to look wrong here. Or I need to kind of be happy with the role that I have already. That's what I'm getting for some of you guys too. Like, you know, I don't know, guys. I feel like, damn, like somebody out here, like, I don't know, okay? What's a serendipity? Spirit, duh, okay? I feel like Spirit's coming through. The Hermit energy, Virgo energy, right? Noticing the signs that are coming from Spirit. Like, Spirit is giving, and Spirit's pulling a lot of strings here too. Like, this is the kind of energy where it's like you might feel like there's a spiritual spotlight put on you. It's like, dang, Spirit, don't you got any other people to guide and help and send signs to? It's like you feel like you're getting all of, for somebody out here, feels like they're getting all of Spirit's attention right now, because it's almost like I feel like the spiritual spotlight on me strongly. You know, like I feel like everywhere I go there's a sign, everywhere I go there's a message, everywhere I go I'm seeing this name, I'm hearing this song, I'm seeing this number, I'm seeing this birthday, I'm getting this message over and over and over everywhere I go. Okay? It's like even when I'm just by myself reflecting, it's like there's that owl in the tree looking down at me. You know, so some of you guys can be feeling very much watched by Spirit right now. It's interesting too, because this is 18 reducing to 9. The Hermit is number 9. I feel like we're almost at the end of this though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting the message here. Some of you guys, this is strongly connected to a soul connection or something where there was a disappointment. You know, I feel like you might still observe this, you might still look at this, or you might still kind of fondly think back to this, but it's like, you know, I'm getting the energy of somebody like replaying conversations in their head and laughing, but then like the sadness and the pain kind of seeps in because they can't have those conversations anymore, or then like what actually happened comes through. You know, it's like, what do I do here with the Chariot, you know? And Spirit's like, I'm trying to tell you. Like, there's something like that. I don't know why they're showing me this, but they're showing me somebody walking through like the desert, and they're just like, where do I go? What do I do? And then they see a sign and they're like, ah, right, walking away from it. Where do I go? What do I do? And they see another sign and they're like, ah, where do I go? What do I do? Like, they're giving me that kind of energy, and I feel like Spirit's like, I'm not quitting you. Right? Like, I will not stop until you acknowledge the sign that I'm putting in front of you. Like, there's signs up ahead. Like, that's what they're showing me, a desert, somebody walking, and there's signs up ahead, and this person's like, right? Like, it's giving that energy, guys. I don't know, man. Y'all have to just listen, y'all. These readings can't be for everybody. So if they don't resonate, I'm sorry, you know? You might want to book a personal, right? I do offer those. Email is in the description. But yeah, I feel like there's something here where there's the signs, you know, you're getting the signs. Spirit is talking to you. Yes, the Emperor energy. We just have to get into this empowered feeling here with the Emperor, Divine Masculine. Okay, we have to get into that empowered energy where we feel like we can accept the signs or take action on the signs or feel empowered enough to go after our destiny here, right? There's a big sense of destiny with the Emperor. He's got the map of destiny here. He has the dog next to him. Where is the dog at? I can't see it. There's a glare. Which is Spirit in my eyes. You know, Spirit, the dog represents Spirit for me. And then we have the staff, and this is a very powerful staff. He's protected by the ancestors. This is somebody who has a lot of ancestral support, right? The ancestor on his lap. It's like, this is somebody who's very powerful, very strong, but for whatever reason, they're resistant to that. Maybe you are feeling called to a higher path and it's scary. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of obligation. There's a lot of stepping into this Emperor energy, and maybe some of you guys don't feel like you are this Emperor or you're ready for that. Or what if I let this person or this situation down? What if I fall short? You know? But you're getting a lot of signs about this. I just feel like there's a resistance or like a, you know, like asking for clarifying signs. And I'm almost getting the frustration coming from Spirit of like, how clarified do you need this to be? Because I could come down floating on a cloud and sit right in front of you and be like, my child, this is what I'm trying to tell you. And you'd be like, okay, but how do I really know that you're Spirit, right? Like, it's giving that kind of energy. So I don't know. Okay? It's like you're just gonna have to work yourself through this, I feel like, for whoever that resonates for. For others of you, again, this is 9, right? We're coming out of that energy. We're starting to accept our power in a situation. What is this happy for what Gemini needs to know? What is this happy? We have the death energy, Scorpio energy coming through. It's interesting because we have these minors, you know, while we're stuck in the roundabout, and then as soon as we decide we're going to start paying attention to the signs and taking ourselves out of that, that's when all the majors are starting to show up. It's like we're back on track or we're in our purpose or something here. But the death card, it's like letting these outdated cycles finally end. Finally, right? With this death card, we see this being like gnawed away at, right? One clean swipe would have taken care of it, but no, we wanted to extend it. We wanted to, you know, procrastinate here or hold on. Something's holding on by a thread here, you know? And of course, the death card is talking about Scorpio energy, and Scorpio for me is the depth, the deep subconscious, the stuff that's buried underneath the surface. We're finally letting go of some cycles that maybe we've held on to for lifetimes. 13 is a very karmic number. If you were born on the 13th, you could see that just like Life Path 7, you are going through a lot of karmic lessons, okay? And you're growing a lot. This does not have to just be because you're a Life Path 7 or you're born on the 13th, right? If this is your message, it's your message. But I just feel like there is a sense here of things that have been held on to for lifetimes that we're actually releasing in this lifetime, and it's very powerful. And it is causing a surge of happiness, but it's also causing this egg of potential here to get closer and closer to hatching. There could be some kind of a level up that's happening here, but we're also feeling more secure within ourselves. Some of you guys have a skill, you have a trade, you have something that you're focusing on right now, you're trying to grow it. This is pre-Empress energy, so you're there, you know? You're there, you're almost there. Yeah, 4 of Wands. Again, with the Chariot, though, the Chariot makes me feel like there's still a choice that's being made here, because we do have on this Chariot this way, that way. I feel like we don't want to repeat the past with the death energy. We don't want to have the same outcomes we had before. But that also means we have to have different actions. Like if you're putting everything on somebody else and being like, well, I keep meeting the same person over and over again, I would implore you, as somebody who loves you and is always going to be real with you, and this comes from a place of me being real with myself. I've asked myself these same questions. What am I doing that is keeping this cycle going? Instead of putting it all on the other person and being like, well, I keep meeting people that show up like this and that give me this reaction and do this. What are you doing the same? What are you doing? Because we are all mirrors of each other. We're all reflecting what needs to be healed, what needs to be worked on, or what energy we're actually in. So if you keep getting the same reactions from people, if you keep going through the same cycles, there's a need to turn that mirror, that flashlight back around on yourself and look within and say, okay, how am I responsible for this? And that, I feel like, is where we actually break this cycle, because there could have been a lot of projecting or pushing out or being like, nope, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. You know, it's them. I keep meeting these same people. I keep meeting the same situation, but what are you doing to each person? Because they all have a common denominator, hun, and it's you. Okay? So there's a need here to really look at this, because I feel like there is something here that would bring you stability, would make you feel very happy. In fact, we have 4 with the Emperor, 13 with Death reduces to 4, and then we have 4 Wands. 4, 4, 4 could be very significant. But I feel like there's this energy of something that would make you very happy, would bring you a sense of harmony, balance, peace, love, unity, partnership. This is a soulmate card. For some people, this is the twin flame, 1111. Take it as it resonates. I feel like, you know, that acknowledgement of what do I bring to the table? What am I doing? That actually breaks this. But then there's still, again, there's this choice that we need to make. I feel like this choice is, do I stay or do I go? Do I pursue or do I fall back? Do I invest or do I not? Do I change or do I not? You know, do I explore or do I not? It's like that kind of energy for me, because she is on the road here, you know what I mean? And it's like I can go this way or that way, and one way is more familiar. You know, one way she's been down that road before. It's like what Trinity says to Neo when he's like, okay, crazy bitch, right? Get me the hell out of this car. There's something wrong with this, right? And then she's like, look at that road down there, Neo. You've been down that road before. It's going to lead to the same place it's always led to. You want change? You have to change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Okay? Okie dokie then. Let's get some advice / additional messages. What do I want to pull? I should be prepared. Oh God, Angel and Mermaid, I'm coming for you. Magical, oh no, it's not Angel, it's Magical Dolphins. Magical Dolphin and Mermaid. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang, please. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. For this What They Need to Know reading. Advice and additional messages. Okay. We have break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. I feel like, yes, that break free coming right on top of that round and round. That's not a coincidence. It's a sign. It's a message. Okay. Yeah, we need to break free. We need to break free, y'all, okay? Tranquility, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude. Indulging in much-needed self-care. Take a bath, you know, relax. Read. Reorganize your Tupperware cabinet. Whatever brings you a state of zen, right? Meditate, you know, whatever. Play an instrument, sing, dance. Whatever it is that makes you feel connected and makes you feel good. I feel like this is actually going to help bring this clarity here that you need to break free from this round and round and round that we're going through, okay? Focus needs to be on yourself right now, guys, okay? What else do we have here? Advice and additional messages, please. Advice and additional messages. We have... You cannot make it up. Synchronicity, right? With serendipity. Spirit's like, yeah, it's like that. I feel like Spirit's like, I'm watching you. Okay? Like, I keep getting that energy from Spirit. Like, yeah, it's like that. Okay? Like, you know, I'm not letting up. right? I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. You will get these signs. You will see these synchronicities. It's like that, okay? Yeah, your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. But I feel like Spirit's like, they're going to increase regardless, right? Like, regardless of whether, I've already put the call through, regardless of however you choose to acknowledge these or whatnot, they're going to like literally start knocking on your door, okay? So be ready for that. I feel like your questions and your prayers are being answered, though. You are being given the answers right now, Gemini. You are, okay? Some of you, this could be happening while you are dreaming. Some of you guys are very avid dreamers. You have very strong dreams, or you get a lot of messages, downloads while you sleep. That's so crazy, though. Yes. Spirit's like, hey, you can ignore these signs if you want to, okay? What else do we have here? What else do we have here for Gemini? Advice and additional messages, please. We have explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes with dream big on the bottom of the deck. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. You know, some of you guys are like, again, there's that energy of I should be grateful. I should be grateful for this. You are grateful, Gemini. You know, but you also feel like there's something more out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. So dream big. Allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to see the best for yourself the most. You don't have to settle just because you should be grateful. You know, it's a good time to make changes is what Spirit's saying, okay? Let's get one more. One more for Gemini, gang. Advice and additional messages. One more. Okay, Spirit, right? Spirit's like, oh, I'll say how many more. Again, we have rest. There's something here about just like letting yourself rest, guys. You might have been going on 100 for a while and you need to pull back your energy. We have morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open up the gates of manifestation. Some of you guys could be going through a lot of heavy stuff right now. Again, stuck on that roundabout. And it's like in the morning, it's very important that you stay high vibing, or you say positive things to yourself. You kind of manifest what's going to happen throughout the day. You know, your morning is going to start you out right, okay? Just like they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which I'm not sure if I actually believe that. I feel like it's more like lunch, but whatever. I feel like your morning energy is the most important part of your day, though, right? Especially when you're first waking up and you're still in that in-between energy. That's like a highly potent, powerful time, okay? We have self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. And I feel like that's something here that somebody needs to do. Again, like I said, I only get put on the roundabout when I feel a lot of guilt, or I feel like things just did not land the way that I wanted it to land. I'm not satisfied with the results. I don't accept this, right? Like that's when I find myself personally on the roundabout. There's a need to let go. If you feel like you've done something wrong, Gemini, you fucked something up, you hurt somebody, you did something that you didn't mean to do, it's like you can't punish yourself forever, you know? There's a need to let go of any kind of old guilt. There's a need to let go of that toxic shame that we were talking about, okay? I really wish that this would have said let go of guilt or let go of shame. Because guilt is not actually a useless emotion. Guilt is something that is an indicator, like all emotions, to tell us where we're at or what we need to work on, right? So guilt tells us we've done something that we're not proud of or that does not align with our integrity. That's good. It's good to feel guilt because then we can work on it. But when we let ourselves fester and stew in guilt, that's when it becomes shame. So instead of let go of old guilt, which is basically shame, you know, that's what I wish it would have said, would let go of shame, because shame is not useful. Shame is saying, you know, guilt is saying I've done something wrong. Shame is saying I am something wrong. And you're not, Gemini. You're just a human, okay? All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.